The art style is I try to think of myself as a fairly logical person or logic-driven person, and so the art style is an amalgam of all the artists I really loved as a kid growing up. So starting with like Neil Adams, John Byrne, Frank Miller, George Perez, Kevin Nolan, Art Adams, Michael Mignola. So those are the biggest influences. Mark Silvestri, Will Spertasio, and I would just notice that, oh, Mark Silvestri does an amazing upshot of the face. So I kind of studied that. Where does the ears go? Where do the eyes go? How does he sell it? Because drawing is just putting lines on a piece of paper and trying to create the illusion of reality. But then I would even look at the artists I really didn't like. People like, you have to wait, right? I love them all, but there were people I didn't like as much, and so I would actually look and kind of dissect why I didn't like their work, and because I thought that was just as important as why I like other artists. And so I go, well, you know, they draw the same mouth over and over, or yeah, the faces look the same, although I get criticized for that as well. So I understand why they would do something like that. But at the end of the day, so using all that, it's not like I created a list, but I definitely had those thoughts running in my head, and I was sort of trying to replicate the styles of people I like. And then at a certain point, maybe a couple of years into my career, I decided like I just can't keep looking at other people's work. I'm just really just kind of aping their style. So I put all my comics and reference away, and I just kind of drew out of my head. And I would use myself as photo reference or as reference, so for both men and women. And you know, it was a confusing time for me, but I did learn a lot, and I love everything that's happened. I don't know. So that was really the process. Yeah. And so out of kind of giving up those crutches over time, I started making my own. I don't know who else. Barry Windsor Smith is another huge influence.
Day to day, do you use more traditional pencil and paper, or do you more using digital tablets?
I actually use these tools, not the markers. I draw on paper. I like the tactile feeling of paper underneath my hand. I use mechanical pencils, and if I ink, I will use brush and marker. I have a Wacom Cintiq or whatever, one of those things, and I use that for color work because I can undo because I'm a mobile painter.
If you're just drawing to get work done, like where would you start?
Oh, for a quick sketch, when you're fully warmed up, which I wasn't on Thursday, you can draw without any underdrawing. But if I'm drawing professionally, if I'm drawing well, I do all the underdrawing. I start with this. So it's just like a gesture, the Batman head. And very quick, free flowing. It's mostly in the shoulder, I think. And it's not drawing like this in the fingertips. It's like this, right? So just kind of laying down some foundation lines so that I know when I stray too far from the structure. So if I know if I start over here, it's too far away from where I need to be. I was just talking to someone earlier this morning about, did you just memorize all the muscles? That's how you learn anatomy. I said, no, that's the complete opposite way. At least for me, it's like drawing a forest by learning how to draw each tree. When you put trees together, they form clumps of trees, and clumps of trees actually create these random chaotic shapes that we recognize as forests. So, same thing with muscles, except they're not trees. I will draw a series of consecutive lines, some kind of smudge. Okay, and then start forming buildings. Like this. And it's almost like an abstract painting that you're doing, where you're creating shapes and grids, and smearing things, because it's going to be a bit impressionistic. Actually, this is a flat background, so I'm not even doing a fake one where it's on back to space, although if I had to. And we do like little structures like radio towers, balconies, air conditioning units, a little tree here on this person's balcony here, water towers, radio sets, people's illegal hydroponic gardens. That's what you guys do for a living. Figure it out. You're like, what's a hydroponic garden? Yes, you guys all do it. All right. There are people not in California.
We have a question back here.
Yes, yes.
For beginners, what material do you recommend?
For drawing,
Yes.
a sketchbook, so you can just draw from life, and a nice mechanical 0.5 pencil. I buy my art supplies at the local CVS.
Yes,
I do, because they're open 24 hours. Stupid art stores. So sometimes, because I work very late at night, there's no one to take reference pictures of me, so I go to the mirror and I will take odd photos. And I will put on Instagram, except I have these horrible friends that will take them and make memes out of them. Elements. And sometimes they just kind of trail off and disappear. The idea is that there's mist or something, fog at the bottom, and so the building kind of rising out of that space.
Where do you get the inspiration for your costume design?
I try to look around and see what's kind of happening in the world. I remember a lot of the artists that I admired growing up. They would kind of draw people in a certain outfit, and then that was it. No matter how many decades passed, everyone would still be wearing bell bottoms or leather tops with like fringe in the bottom or like these hairstyles. So I try to keep somewhat current. And but I don't know, man. A lot of people don't like my costume designs. I don't know if you've been on the internet lately, but I really think that they have to find something at fault. So if they want to find fault with that, go for it. But a lot of the designs that they hate, I actually didn't design, which is the truth. Whenever for the most part, I think comic book fans are traditionalists, and I think if you change things that have been around for long periods of time, people just don't like it in general. So when we got into the New 52, we knew there would be some backlash to that, and so I actually took credit for a lot of it, not in that way, but from the sense of sort of providing cover for people so they wouldn't be kind of not based it online. But in terms of design, I don't know, I try to look at my kids and see what they're wearing. Are you really going out like that? And yeah, because they all kind of wear different clothes, and